Alright, welcome guys. Another 22 Elite break. Break 174. Our team list for today: Broncos, Stephen Johnston; Raiders, Gareth Lawson; Bulldogs, Ben Condon; Sharks, Peter Wright; Titans, Adam Flint; Manly, Jason Saritis; Storm, Andrew Gladman; Knights, Dwayne Baserio; Cowboys, Connor Anderson; Eels, Kirsten Baker; Panthers, Robert Kelly; Rabbitohs, Dwayne Baserio; Dragons, Dwayne Baserio; Roosters, John Duffy; Warriors, David Nyman; Tigers, Dylan Cameron. Alright, let's bring that up. Bring our team list up. And let's go. They're a bit higher on the camera, a bit low on the camera today, sorry. So let me just pick that up a bit. There we go. We have our priority box, which will live over there. And let's find out our lucky case card for today. Alright, case card for Kirsten Baker, number 26, Regan Campbell-Gillard with the Eels. Let's get these out. Let's go. Box number 1. Alright, let me fix that. Wait, let me. There we go. That looks a bit better. Reuben Cotter, Indigenous All-Stars. Paul Vaughan, parallel for the Bulldogs. Yes, please. Brian Toff, Dally M for Panthers. Isaiah Yeo, parallel for Panthers. Jamie Chapman, Indigenous All-Stars. Knights, parallel checklist. Jeff Surgis, Speed Series for the Roosters. Caitlin Vaha-Colo for the Knights. Payne Haas, parallel for Broncos. Yellow Diamond Mojo, Broncos Amber Hall, number 13. Kevin, if you're struggling to find it, we post to the NZ. I don't know if that helps you at all. Who'd you say? Yeah, it's Kevin F, that's all. Oh, there you go. Oh, well. There you go. You know the go. Young Guns, Kilma Talagi for the Tigers. Jason Tormalolo, parallel for the Cowboys. Rocco Berry, a speed series for the Warriors. Jazz Tavega, Maori All-Stars. Chance Nico Klokstad, parallel for the Raiders. Obviously, you haven't had a chance to have any in hand, Kevin, but what are you liking the look of so far? What's your favourite? Sean Lane, parallel for the Eels. Tamika Upton, Women's NRL for the Broncos. Grace Griffin, Women's NRL for the Titans. Kieran Foran, parallel for Manly. Kevin Proctor, Maori All-Stars. Will Kennedy, speed series for the Sharks. James Tedesco, parallel for the Roosters. Cody Walker, Dally M for the Rabbits. Nice, Kevin. Glad to have you on board, mate. Big Tino, League Sensations for the Titans, number 49. Master Series for the Blues. Jackson Hastings, parallel for the Tigers. Women's NRL, Elsie Albert for the Dragons. Felice Kafusi, parallel for the Storm. Oliver Gildart, speed series for the Tigers. Selwyn Cobbo, speed series for the Broncos. Sean Johnson, parallel for the Warriors. Ruby Mojo, Cameron McInnes for the Sharks, number 32. And last but not least, Waka Blake, speed series for the Eels. Alright, first box down. only hit the ruby and the yellow diamond in that one. It's unusual. Okay. Nothing in that one. There you go. Hammerfitto, speed series for the Cowboys. Dally M, Payne Huss for the Broncos. Dylan Walker, Maori All-Stars. Tavita Pangai Jr., parallel for the Bulldogs. Yellow Diamond, Roosters, Jocelyn Keller. Number 31. Jada Ferguson, Women's NRL for the Broncos. Blake Brayley, parallel for the Sharks. Paige McGregor, Women's NRL for the Dragons. Cowboys parallel checklist. James Fisher-Harris, Dally M for Panthers. Speed Series, Shaylee Bent for the Dragons. Alex Johnston, parallel for the Rabbits. Blues Master Series. Ruby Mojo for the Eels, Junior Paulo, number 3. Nice low one. Josh Curran, Indigenous All-Stars. Titans parallel checklist. Zach Lomax, parallel for the Dragons. Sapphire Mojo, Kyle Felt for the Cowboys. Number 7. Yasmin Meeks, Speed Series for the Roosters. Jordan Rapana, parallel for the Raiders. Captains, Ben Condon, number 44 with the Bulldogs. Speed Series, Bailey Simonson for the Eels. Brittany Brealey Natty for the Titans. Tyson Frizzell, parallel for the Knights. Albert Kelly, Indigenous All-Stars. Mitchell Moses, parallel for the Eels. Chataya Fafua, Speed Series for the Titans. Autumn Rain, Mary All-Stars. Romy Tutzel, Women's NRL for the Knights. Jerome Luai, parallel for Panthers. White Young Guns, Tallulah Tillett for the Knights. Speed Series, Katoni Staggs for the Broncos. Adam Reynolds, parallel for the Broncos. And last but not least for box number 2. Alex Twile, parallel for the Tigers. Alright, let's go. Box number 3. Alright, let's go. Petition for break 175. In all honesty, it's been Mrs. Matt Burton's Speed Series for the Bulldogs. Damien Cook, parallel for the Rabbits. And we have to divide the time between the breaks, packing orders, opening cases to list for the website. Fitler Master Series in the Panthers. Kenny Bromwich, parallel for the Storm. Women's NRL Titans checklist. Black League sensation for the Bulldogs, number 9. There you go, nice low one. For anyone watching, we have revised the list for Collectors Club. The categories that now will be included are your Ruby, your Sapphire, your Emerald and your Black Diamond Mojos, your Young Gun Priority and your 3 League Sensations. Corey Thompson, parallel for Titans. We believe for the things like the Black Young Guns and anything else, the captains, we should have enough to list that we should be able to help out everyone with them. Jaden Campbell, Speed Series for the Titans. There should be no reason for anyone to miss out on any of the others. Warriors parallel checklist. So all the categories that weren't mentioned, they are listed at normal price. Cody Nikarima, Mary All-Stars, Mikhail Ravalawa, parallel for Dragons. The ones that were mentioned are, yes, Brian, sorry I didn't see your message just till then. Yes, tomorrow 5 o'clock. Jake Trbojevic, parallel for Manly. I think 176 has one spot left. Keely Davis, Women's NRL for the Dragons. Dally M, Nathan Cleary for the Panthers. Jaden Herrera Hargraves, parallel for the Roosters. Alex Johnston, Speed Series for the Rabbits. Jocelyn Keller, Women's NRL for the Roosters. Isaiah Papali'i, parallel for the Eels. Well, hopefully with at least one we can knock your socks off. Jordan Rabiner, Maori All-Stars. At very worst combined. Julia Robinson, Speed Series for the Broncos. James Fisher-Harris, parallel for Panthers. Emerald Mojo, Isaiah Papali'i for the Eels. Number 10 out of 10. Kirsten Baker. We were this close to being able to open the Jade Nikorima 101 in one of our breaks. We assigned stock to the breaks and they're all under the table. And yeah, this close, guys. Dally M, Sam Walker for the Roosters. Oliver Gildart, parallel for the Tigers. That would have been awesome. Tiana Penatani, Women's NRL for the Eels. Charlie Stain, Speed Series for the Panthers. Bulldogs Parallel Checklist. At least a customer of ours was lucky enough to open it, and another customer of ours was lucky enough to be in his break and score it. So, yeah. Warriors Ruby Checklist, number 38. I'm more disappointed that I didn't get to open it. As I was explaining last night, I really do get enjoyment out of opening these and knowing that the big hits that I score are going into people's PCs, part of their prized cards. Quincy Dodd, Indigenous All-Stars. Taylor Prettybon, Young Guns for the Roosters. Okay, I hadn't seen that one. Dale Finucane, parallel for the Sharks. I guarantee there would have been someone trying to get it, hoping for it. Reece Walsh, Speed Series for the Warriors. Selwyn Cobbo, Indigenous All-Stars. Alright, another box down. Yeah, right, nice. Cheering, Brian, cheering. Tommy Turbo, Dally M for Manly. Isaac Liu, parallel for the Titans. Hudson Young, parallel for the Raiders. Chanel Harris Tavita, Maori All-Stars. Samara Torfa, Women's NRL for the Eels. What'd you do? End up selling it a bit cheap, Brian, I'm assuming, based on that. Ewan Aiken, parallel for the Warriors. Women's NRL Dragons Checklist. David Clemmer, parallel for the Knights. Karina Brown, Speed Series for the Titans. Jaden Sewer, parallel for the Dragons. Yeah, I think you'd be surprised what some of the people would have paid for that, Brian. M, James Tedesco for the Roosters. Anari Twila, Speed Series for the Knights. Broncos Parallel Checklist. Black Young Guns, Dominic Young for the Knights. Number 59. Master Series in the Roosters. Tamika Upton, Indigenous All-Stars. Reece Robson, parallel for the Cowboys. Ruby Mojo for the Tigers. Stefano Utikamanu, number 35. Brian Totter, Speed Series for the Panthers. Isabel Kelly, Women's NRL for the Roosters. Cameron McInnes, parallel for the Sharks. Caitlin Johnston, Indigenous All-Stars. Tommy Turbo, parallel for Manly. James Fisher-Harris, Mary All-Stars. Speed Series, Blake Taff for the Rabbits. Addo Speed Series for the Bulldogs. Keon Kolomatangi, parallel for the Rabbits. Tasman Gray, Women's NRL for the Titans. Joey Manu, parallel for the Roosters. White Young Guns, Tyrell Sloan for the Dragons. Sapphire Mojo for Manly, Kieran Foran. Number 6. Titans Yellow Diamond Checklist, number 4. And last but not least, for box number 4. Jamie Chapman, Speed Series for the Dragons. Xavier Coates, parallel for the Storm. Alright, box number 5. Captains, Connor Anderson with the Cowboys, number 29. Stefano Utakamanu, parallel for the Tigers. Cody Ramsey, Speed Series for the Dragons. Kurt Capewell, parallel for the Broncos. Bobby Law, Speed Series for the Knights. Corbin Baxter, Mary All-Stars. Matt Burton, parallel for Bulldogs. Sapphire Mojo, Sam Walker for the Roosters, number 2. There's a nice low one for you. John Duffy. Sharks parallel checklist. Kennedy Sherrington for the Eels. Isaiah Papali'i, Dally M for the Eels. Thomas Burgess, parallel for Rabbits. Dally M, Tommy Turbo for Manly. Cohen Hess, parallel for the Cowboys. Tommy Turbo, Speed Series for Manly. Kangaroos, Master Series. Dave Fafita, parallel for the Titans. Brent Naden, Indigenous All-Stars. Tyron Wishart, number 40, Black Young Guns for the Storm. Andrea Gladman. Ruby Mojo, Jai Arrow for the Rabbits. Number 24. Mr. Dwayne Vaserio with the Rabbits today. Harley Brigginshaw, Women's NRL for the Broncos. Speed Series, Xavier Coates for the Storm. Joseph Tapine, parallel for the Raiders. Speed Series, Murray Talagi for the Cowboys. Nico Hines, Indigenous All-Stars. Junior Paulo, parallel for the Eels. Speed Series, Nick Kotrick for the Raiders. Crystal Rota, Women's NRL for the Knights. Dane Gagai, parallel for the Knights. Ben Hunt, parallel for the Dragons. Women's NRL, Jessica Surgis for the Roosters. Stephen Crichton, parallel for Panthers. 2 left for box number 5. Morgan Harper, Maori All-Stars. Elam Lukey, White Young Guns for the Cowboys. Box number 6. Few teams looking a bit sad in the tray there at the moment. Hopefully the second half of the case picks them up. Ruby Mojo, number 36 for the Storm, Xavier Coates. Emily Bass, Women's NRL for the Broncos. Justin Olam, Dally M for the Storm. Jason Saab, parallel for Manly. Albert Kelly, Indigenous All-Stars. Daniel Tupou, parallel for the Roosters. Bradman Best, Speed Series for the Knights. Josh Papali, parallel for the Raiders. Jesse Ramian, Speed Series for the Sharks. Anita Norsala, Women's NRL for the Knights. Storm parallel checklist. Mitch Kenny, White Young Guns for the Panthers. Yellow Diamond Mojo, Bobby Law for the Knights. Number 31. Quite a few in the 30s tonight. Dirty 30s. Stafford Toa, Speed Series for the Tigers. Eliza Katoa, parallel for the Warriors. Dylan Walker, Mary All-Stars. Jack Clifford, parallel for Knights. Karina Brown, Women's NRL for the Titans. Jesse Ramian, parallel for the Sharks. Gordon Rain, Mary All-Stars. Speed Series, Jason Saab for Manly. Cameron Murray, parallel for the Rabbits. Father's Day giveaway went live today on our Facebook page. Raiders Nick Kotrick, Sapphire Mojo number 22. Speed Series, Daniel Tupou for the Roosters. Roosters Master Series, Kyle Felt, parallel for the Cowboys. Josh Curran, Indigenous All-Stars. Hey, 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 2 nights in a row. Number 3. Yep. So we randomized the Master Series cards, including the signatures as one lot at the end. Let's just chuck that down the bottom there. I hit it for the break yesterday until the end. Yeah, we still. I did find another Roosters. Dally M, Bellamy kick out for Panthers. Patrick Carrigan, parallel for Broncos. Rachel Pearson, women's NRL for the Dragons. Big Tino, parallel for the Titans. Speed Series, Batil Yvette Welsh for the Eels. Jack Bird, parallel for the Dragons. Alright, number 7, let's go. Valentine Holmes, parallel for the Cowboys. Reva Smith, Speed Series for Storm. Yellow Diamond Mojo, Emma Tony Gatto for the Dragons, number 25. Batil Yvette Welsh, Mary All-Stars. Jack Whiten, parallel for Raiders. Clint Gufferson, parallel for the Eels. Dally M, Matt Burton for the Panthers. Cameron Munster, parallel for the Storm. Maddie Studden, women's NRL for the Eels. Brendan Smith, Dally M for the Storm. Brian parallel for Panthers. Speed Series, Xavier Savage for the Raiders. Amber Hall, women's NRL for the Broncos. Blues Master Series. Tigers Parallel Checklist. Braden Trindle, Indigenous All-Stars. Hammer Fido, Speed Series for the Cowboys. Reece Walsh, parallel for the Warriors. Black Young Guns. Number 57 for the Broncos, Selwyn Cobbo, Stephen Johnston. Ruby Mojo. Number 28, Matt Duffy for the Bulldogs. Speed Series, Yasmin Meeks for the Roosters. Addo Carr, Indigenous All-Stars. Kalen Ponga, parallel for Knights. Shaylee Bent, Speed Series for the Dragons. Women's NRL Knights Checklist. Lachlan Croker, parallel for Manly. Matt Duffy, parallel for the Bulldogs. No worries, mate. Shannon Mado, Maori All-Stars. Women's NRL, Bridie Parker for the Roosters. Jordan Ricky, parallel for Broncos. White Young Guns, Emily Bass for the Broncos. Speed Series, Jatea Fafua for the Titans. Roosters parallel checklist. And that's another box down. Tamika Upton, Indigenous All-Stars. Sapphire Mojo, Isaiah Yeo for the Panthers. Number 9. Caitlin Johnston, Indigenous All-Stars. Dylan Brown, parallel for the Eels. Jamie Chapman, Women's NRL for the Dragons. Alex Johnston, Dalian for the Rabbitohs. Jai Arrow, parallel for the Rabbitohs. Brady Teasel, Speed Series for the Knights. Shanae Siasolka, Speed Series for the Broncos. Ivania Palit, Women's NRL for the Titans. White Young Guns, Toby Sexton for the Titans. Panthers parallel checklist. James Tamo, parallel for the Tigers. Looks like he got away with his spray at the ref. Bailey Simonson, a speed series for the Eels. I believe he called the ref incompetent. And the ref didn't like that. Chanel Harris Tavita, Maori All-Stars. Luke Thompson, parallel for the Bulldogs. Yasmin Meeks, Women's NRL for the Roosters. Mitchell Barnett, parallel for the Knights. James Fisher-Harris, Maori All-Stars. Speed Series, Greg Marshall for the Titans. Renato Mortalo, Delium for the Sharks. Thomas Flegler, parallel for Broncos. Ruby Mojo for the Cowboys. Tom Dearden, number 29. Philomena Hennessy, Women's NRL for the Eels. Chad Townsend, parallel for the Cowboys. Tyrell Sloan, Speed Series for the Dragons. Nick Kotrick, parallel for the Raiders. White League Sensations for the Bulldogs, number 30. Fourth last packet for box number 8. Tony Staggs, Speed Series for the Broncos. Moses Mbai, parallel for the Dragons. Master Series in the Kangaroos. Brian Kelly, parallel for the Titans. Excuse my yawn. Toby Rudolph, parallel for the Sharks. Box number 9. Speed Series, Tiana Penitani for the Eels. Adokar, Indigenous All-Stars. Renato Molatalo, parallel for the Sharks. Greg Marshall, Speed Series for the Titans. Rabbitohs Parallel Checklist. Romy Tietzel, Speed Series for the Knights. Josh Curran, Parallel for the Warriors. Women's NRL, Zahara Tamara for the Roosters. White Young Guns, Bailey Biondi Otto for the Bulldogs. Mawaki Fotowaka, Parallel for the Titans. Patch. Number 52, Dylan Walker. Manly tonight. Who has Manly? Jason Saridis. Tyrell Sloan, Speed Series for the Dragons. Josh Kerr, Parallel for the Dragons. Patil Yvette Welsh, Maori All Stars. Just about halfway through. Box number 9, guys. Ruben Garrick, Parallel for Manly. Patil Yvette Welsh, Women's NRL for the Eels. Bobby Law, Women's NRL for the Knights. Regan Campbell Gillard, Parallel for the Eels. Shannon Mado, Maori All Stars. Speed Series, James Tedesco for the Roosters. Valami Kickout, Parallel for Panthers. Dally M, Isaiah Yo, Panthers. Emerald Mojo, Dave Fafita for the Titans. That'll be number 9. Yes, number 9, yep, number 9. Adam Flint with the Titans this evening. Lauren Brown, Women's NRL for the Broncos. Dane Laurie, Parallel for the Tigers. Braden Trindle, Indigenous All Stars. Speed Series, Shanae Siasolka for the Broncos. Josh Jackson, Parallel for the Bulldogs. Black League Sensations. Number 11, Legs 11, Ruben Garrick for Manly. Kangaroos, Master Series, Justin Olam, Parallel for the Storm. Knight Jacob Saifiti, Ruby Mojo, number 7. Last but not least, for box number 9, Dally M, Ruben Garrick for Manly, and Kevin Makwama, parallel for Roosters. Right. Last box for the case. Plus, we have our priority box left to go after this one. White Young Guns, Talator Koala for Manly. Speed Series, Patil Vet Welsh for the Eels, Raiders, parallel checklist. Titans, Brian Kelly, Ruben Mojo, number 6. Cody Nicarima, Maori All-Stars for the Warriors. Team League Sensation, number 15, for Mr. Dwayne Besario with the Rabbitohs. Latrell Mitchell, Rabbitohs League Sensation signature. Women's NRL, Keezy Apps for the Dragons. Reed Marnie, parallel for the Eels. Speed Series, Remus Smith for the Storm. Alex Johnston, Dally M for the Rabbits. Jesse Ramian, Speed Series for the Sharks. Liam Martin, parallel for Panthers. Roosters Master Series. Bradman Best, Speed Series for the Knights. Indigenous All-Stars, Quincy Dodd. David Nofaluma, parallel for the Tigers. Halfway through box number 10. Women's NRL Roosters Checklist. Hamoli Olaka'atu, parallel for Manly. Cody Nicarima, parallel for Warriors. Jacob Saifiti, parallel for Knights. Maori All-Stars, Jordan Rapana. Selwyn Cobbo, Indigenous All-Stars. Speed Series, Xavier Savage for the Raiders. Sam Walker, parallel for the Roosters. Jason Saab, Speed Series for Manly. Herbie Farmworth, parallel for Broncos. Dally M, Renato Mulatalo for the Sharks. Black Diamond, here we go. Number 4. Connor Anderson and Jason Taumalolo for the Cowboys. Georgia Hale, parallel for Titans. Hammer Fido, parallel for the Cowboys. 2 more packets. Box number 10. Women's NRL, Tina Navidi for the Eels. Harry Grant, parallel for Storm. Alright, last but not least, packet for the case. And we have a Brent Naden, parallel for the Bulldogs. Alright. Let's go. Here we go. The big boy, the priority. Ruby Mojo, David Clemmer for the Knights, number 32. Addo Carr, Indigenous All-Stars. Jordan Ricky, parallel for the Broncos. Speed Series, Teddy for the Roosters. Tigers parallel checklist. Speed Series, Anari Tawala for the Knights. Jessica Surgis, Women's NRL for the Roosters. Valentine Holmes, parallel for the Cowboys. Now, priority Young Gun, number 4 for the Dragons, Tarly Holmes. Mr. Dwayne Baserio. Speed Series, Karina Brown for the Titans. Jack Whiten, parallel for the Raiders. Speed Series, Tiana Penatani for the Eels. Maori All-Stars, Batil Vet Welsh. Clint Gufferson, parallel for the Eels. Women's NRL, Crystal Rota for the Knights. Roosters parallel checklist. Shannon Mado, Maori All-Stars. Speed Series, Blake Taff for the Rabbitohs. Cameron Munster, parallel for the Storm. Dolphins. Who will he pick? Mr. Bennett, Mitchell or Munster? Reports read Mitchell's put it to him. LEM Priority. Tommy Turbo for Manly. Number 5. I don't know. For some reason, I don't think Bennett will be faced too much by Latrell giving him ultimatums. Broncos, Jordan Ricky. Number 7. Emerald Mojo. Reece Walsh, parallel for the Warriors. Captains. Number 69. Here we got Peter Wright with the Sharks. Jesse Ramian, parallel for the Sharks. Getting down towards the end. 1, 2, 3, 7 packets left. Harley Brigginshaw, women's NRL for the Broncos. Jamie Chapman, Speed Series for the Dragons. Kalen Ponga, parallel for the Knights. Kangaroos Master Series. Braden Trindle, Indigenous All-Stars. Matt Duffy, parallel for the Bulldogs. Down to 3 packets. Starting to run out now. Oh, here we go. Black. Whoa. Alright, hang on. Let's just save this. We've got a couple of packets left. That is pretty big. I know it will be for that particular club's collectors. Kennedy Sherrington, women's NRL for the Eels. Brian To'o, parallel for Panthers. Alright, last packet. Gallium Priority, Mr. Teddy for the Roosters, 25. And drum roll for our Black League sensation, number 1. Andrew Gladman with the Storm, Harry Grant. Nice hit, that one. Congratulations. Alright, well, that's it for packets. We have the randomization left for our Master Series cards, including our Blues Fittler signature number 3. So a nice low one. Alright, let's switch screens over. Good luck everyone once we can. There we go. Now switch over. Alright, any moment now. Let's go. There we go. So everyone is loaded in and ready to go. So once again, good luck. Number 1, number 2, and lucky last, number 3. Alright, Stephen Johnston with the Broncos getting the Master Series card, including the Blues Fittler. Signature, number 3. So another nice hit. Congratulations, Stephen. Thank you to everyone for joining us. And we'll see you again tomorrow night at 5 o'clock for another break. Break 175. Alright, that's it. That's all. I hope you had a ball.